Hey there, everyone. This week I'm going to answer your questions about how to price your parted out chicken so that you don't lose money versus selling a whole chicken. Coming up on this segment of Ask a Farmer. So I get this question all the time. I see it in Facebook discussion groups a lot. How do we go about pricing parted out poultry so we can actually make some extra money, not lose money? And there are some basic rules of thumb I can give you. But the first thing I got to tell you is like you've got to know all your costs. What are all your added processing costs? What does it cost to part out the chicken? How much does each vacuum seal bag cost you? The first thing you're going to want to do is actually take one of your average chickens, if it's 4.5, 5 pounds, cut it all up and get a really good little scale. You might have to spend 15, 20 bucks to get a nice little digital scale. Weigh all the pieces so you know what percentage of your birds are coming from the breast and the thigh and the drum and all that. I did this years ago. I've still got those numbers I use today. I cover them in our online course ad nauseum, but you need to know exactly what percentage of the bird comes from where. Here's the big deal with parting out a chicken. You got to make sure you're getting some money out of that chicken frame, the back, the neck, the tail section. There's a lot of weight there. One little trick I use is when I do my parted out birds is I put 2 of those frames in a bag. Now each bag from my processor costs 85 cents. It doesn't matter if it's holding a half pound of chicken liver or if it's holding a 6-pound whole chicken, it's 85 cents. Our frames are priced at about 10 bucks a package with 2 of those in there. So that's one way we can get rid of those. But my rule of thumb is that if you've done all your math and you've got a really good solid price on your whole chicken, a rule of thumb is for your chicken breast, you're going to want to double the price. So I'm charging $5.49 for my whole chickens. I'm actually $11.99, a little more than double on my chicken breast. People don't flinch. We're feeding certified organic grain. I do a good job explaining that, and I just don't have any issues selling that. My leg quarters, which is the thigh and the drumstick, I keep those together because I found out years ago you sell a ton of thighs, drumsticks, not so much. They'll pile up in the freezer. We put 3 leg quarters together in a bag. They come out to about 2 pounds. We're selling that for $5.99 a pound. Again, it's in that $12 range, maybe $13 if it's a little bigger. Our wings we're actually selling at the same price as the whole chicken. I don't want to lose money there. But the way I structure all this, and this is what you've got to do, you got to build yourself a little Excel spreadsheet. Unless you have access to our course, you can see my online spreadsheets. You want to make sure that you sell all these parts, which you're going to sell. You're going to sell them, I promise you. You want to make sure you sell all these parts for the same price as if you had sold the whole chicken with all these added processing costs factored in so that you're not losing money. So for me, the value add when I make extra money, it's on that chicken frame. When I sell that, if I sell that for, 10, 12 bucks, like that's actual added profit in my pocket. And we do sell a pretty good number of those, but not all of them. We sell some of them to a restaurant for basically right at cost or just a little below cost just to kind of get our money back out of those. But in the winter, we sell a lot of those. Maybe you're set up where you can value add, you can turn that into stock. I know some people sell pints of that stuff for like, $5. They might sell a quart for $7, $8, $9. If you've got access to a commercial kitchen, what a great value add, a great thing to do to further enhance the profitability of your chickens. But do the math, weigh all the pieces out, know all the costs, how much it costs to cut it up, how much the bags are, because one 5-pound chicken, that's for me 1.85 bag. If I start parting all this stuff out, I've actually got 1.6 bags or 1.7 bags per chicken based on how we package things. So I've got to factor that in. You got to think about these things. Same thing with chicken livers. If you want to go from say 1 pound down to a half pound, well, now you got 2 bags instead of 1, so you've got to add that extra cost in there. This has been Darby Simpson on another segment of Ask a Farmer. If you've got a question you'd like answered, shoot it over to me, darby@grassfedlife.co, and I'll be happy to answer it for you here on the YouTube channel.